Hey guys, it's your girl Tara Crush back with another review, and this time it is for Love and Marriage Huntsville. If you haven't already, please hit my subscribe button down at the bottom. Thank you so much. You like my shoulder puffs? Because I like my shoulder puffs. Okay, so let me get into this review because there's not a lot to cover today. Okay, now I say it's not a lot to cover, but I totally enjoy this show. Like, it's like my second favorite reality show. It has my favorite reality star on there. So, you know, I'm always excited for a Saturday night when the season is on. So, I just want to talk about a couple of things from this episode. Let's get the Kimmy stuff. Now, this will be my first episode in weeks that I've been able to watch where I did not cry. I was close watching her almost tear up, thinking about them coming to celebrate her. When Martell went over to give her hugs, her finally telling the rest of the group that she was diagnosed with breast cancer was probably a lot, but it was also probably a relief. I am happy to hear that Melody reached out a few times to her because she was kind of, you know, out of her element at Stormy's when they last saw each other. So I'm happy that she felt comfortable enough to let everyone know what was going on. It was hard to watch because, again, I know these people are really close. And if I feel the way that I feel about Kimmy, I can only imagine what they feel. And they kind of mimicked what I thought. They adore her. She's a sweetheart. You know, nobody wants to go through this, and we definitely don't want to see anybody that we know with a good heart going through something like this, you know. So, you know, it just sucks, but I think she's going to pull out just fine. And that's a good thing. I thought it was interesting. I want to talk about Martell and I forget their name from the older gentleman, the one he went to see that he was telling about the vacation. Him saying that Marsau used him as an excuse for when they were in Atlanta? Really? So who was Marsau with if he was not with you, sir? That's going to be interesting to see. I wonder how Tisha takes that. I'm just saying it looks like it's going to be quite interesting to see, wouldn't you say? So, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see on that because he said he wants to set him straight. I'll be glad when you do. I sure really will be glad when you do. Set him straight because I really need to know what's going on. Because this Tisha and Marsau, I don't understand them. Now, Tisha made a big old fuss about Marsau setting up this meeting with Melody, right? But she didn't make that big of a fuss when he was seen in the hotel room when some chick said that there was, you know, that she put the picture up because he was in the room with her. She didn't put up that much of a push. I mean, come on, this pressure over a meeting with Melody. And then she wants to keep citing the fact that she says that I'm her enemy. She said that last year. Y'all done had dinner. Y'all done had, partial vacations, meaning that you rolled up on her in her vacation spot. When Marsau and Martell went to do their thing, you didn't go outside with the kids. You stayed in there and you talked to Melody. So stop acting like you feel like she still feels that way. Enemy is a far cry from being cordial. So if she's able to be cordial with you, I'm not being cordial with an enemy. I'm not. Are you being cordial with an enemy? I don't have the ability to be cordial with an enemy. I don't. So I would hope that no one would ever even ask me to do something like that. So I ain't getting it. But, you know, that's what she did. Whether it made sense or not, she definitely pressured him over that meeting. And she was real deal in her feelings. She cut off date night because of this meeting that he had set up. A meeting, might I add, that Melody didn't even want to be a part of. She said, I wish she had given me the decency of letting me know what was going on or what this meeting was about before I came all the way here, because I would have declined. Melody don't want to hear nothing that ain't got nothing to do with her. So anything that Mark and her mother have going on, she don't want to hear about that. Like she said, she met Mark maybe twice in her lifetime. There's nothing for them to discuss. So maybe Marsau needed to have that conversation with Van, since she's the one that's actually going to be getting the information told on. I just think that's kind of weird. I didn't really appreciate Melody the way she was acting towards Martell was just kind of weird to me. And I don't think it had anything to do with him telling his baby's mother that she had COVID. Do y'all? I think she's mad because he's dating Sheree, and she came out and confirmed it on this episode. They say that she came out and confirmed that they were dating. So now Melody knows that he's dating. And dating another reality star at that. And I don't know how she feels about it. I can imagine her being jealous. But I think why do I keep doing that? But I think Marsau on the next episode said something about Melody not wanting him to date up. Sheree is not a date up. Anybody in their 50s is not a date up unless they are a billionaire. If I was to start dating Jeff Bezos, that would be a date up from anyone. Jeff Bezos, before he had them billions, that's not a date up. Okay? It's not. It's just not. Especially Sheree being a woman that has always been rumored to not pay her bills. She can't have that much money if she ain't paying nobody. She don't pay stylists. She don't pay hairdressers. She don't pay no one. She don't pay vendors. She doesn't pay distributors. Who does Sheree pay? She don't pay her contractors. You tell me somebody that Sheree has not been rumored to not have paid. Assistants, contract, you name it. And she ain't paid them. So I don't understand how he feels like that would be a date up, because she's way older than Melody. She can't hold a light to Melody. And she don't know how to pay her bills. So to me, she's a shyster. She's not a good person to me. Now, I wonder will she be at his upcoming wine tasting? And I'm assuming that Melody's probably not going to go because she's going to assume that Sheree is going to be there. Which I feel like it's all silly, because he was definitely giving you the vibes that he would love to rekindle some things with you on vacation, and you wanted nothing to do with him, Melody. So I'm going to need you to keep it consistent. You should be happy that he's dating others, because then that keeps him out of your face, right? Isn't that the way that works? Yeah, so I'm not really buying it that you don't like it. I think you like it. I think you're cool with it. I think it's okay. So that's going to be something to see how that plays out for the rest of the season, because it already looks like she's catching attitudes with him. For what reason? Melody, are you getting penis? Melody, go get some penis, because I don't like this. We women that have been wronged, we don't come out looking petty. They are the ones that are supposed to look petty, Melody. What are you doing, baby girl? No, don't be petty with Martell. He is definitely trying. He is doing the most. He has come a long way from last year. Vegas, all of that. He has come a long way from then. So I'm going to need you to appreciate his growth, because I do. So much so that I actually did want y'all to get back together. But now, if you're going to be a bitter Betty, no. Nope. He deserves what he get, and maybe that's not you, Melody, but we're not going to be bitter, okay? You said yourself on that vacation that if y'all both should get remarried, then there should be no problem. Y'all going on vacation together still. And I agree. So, I will say, I do appreciate a man that can cook. And Marsau, I'm going to tell you, this is probably my favorite season with you in it. Like, I have not liked you from the beginning. I didn't like the way you talked to Tisha the first season. I didn't like the rumors the second and third seasons or whatever. But you know what? You kind of run on me a little bit. I like your wisdom, and I like the way you are handling things. And hopefully, just hopefully, you have learned your lesson, because I do believe that you cheated on her with all those different women that Martell has spoken of. He ain't just going to make that up out of nowhere. He didn't just pull it out of his bucks. That didn't happen. So, but you know what, Marsau? You winning me over this season. And Tisha is definitely getting on my S list. I'm going to need her to pick her battles better. And I need her to be consistent. Either you feel like Melody is an enemy or you don't. Because if somebody tells me that I'm their enemy and we haven't hashed it out, there's no conversations to be had. Let me make you mean it. Okay? And that's just how I feel about it. So, I don't know. Maybe Tisha needs to be a little bit more upfront with how she's really feeling on situations. So she doesn't look like the bitter Betty. And I will say, too, I seen how Marsau was looking at Melody. And maybe they got something to do with it. You think that she knows something that we don't know about Marsau and Melody? Because remember, there was a rumor that Martell had said something about that he didn't appreciate Marsau, getting, calling his wife and offering his wife drinks and whatnot. And we already know Marsau a hoe. So, I don't know. We just going to have to, we're going to have to see where that came from. Because to me, she gave him more energy than she gave him for anything else. And that's just weird, right? Okay, so I'm in it there. I don't make more of it than it really is, okay? Okay, so again, if you haven't already, please hit my subscribe button down at the bottom. Thank you so very much. And if you're not the type that likes to subscribe, you know what? That's okay. You got to the end of this video, and that's more than I can ask, okay? So you are appreciated as well. You are loved, and you are important. Okay? All right. And that is my $5.02. Peace.